Uh, so it's me, Tom again, and here's Tiang again, and now is the part two of the speaking practice.
Oh, three. All right. Um, what kinds of home are most popular in your country?
Well, I think in uh, Vietnam today, the most popular kind of accommodations in Vietnam is probably flat and apartment. The reason is that most of our cities are very crowded with a lot of industrial activities, a lot of uh, shop and things that need to run, and so that a lot of people from the uh, countryside came, and so we don't have enough I mean space for everyone. So flat and apartment has rise as one of the more cost-effective method to have as much as people in a space as possible. So, first of all, they are cheap, and secondly, they are very easy to find because right now there are a lot of projects that involve special apartment and even in here, I am living in an apartment in Tam City. So, what do you think are the advantage of living in a house rather than an apartment?
Advantages about living in a house. Probably it would be a bit more convenient. Well, imagine if you're in an apartment and your house is literally up skyrocket high. For example, right now in Times City, in Park 3 currently there is a maximum of 34 floors. And imagine if you're on the 34th, on that 34 floors. What do you think? Like, you gotta, like, use the elevator, you gotta wait for them, and then that's just gonna take a while. If you're, well, late for schools, then I guess good luck with that. And if you live in a house, of course, that would be, well, like a two floor house, a three floor. But overall, you can just like run downstairs and then, well, get out of the house quickly. Because, well, the house is, well, in the ground floor, and you can go out and go in much more easily, more than an apartment, which you have to go through a whole process of waiting for an elevator, going in it, and then go get out of the elevator, which is, well, very much of a hassle. Next is, do you think that everyone would like to live in a larger home?
In my opinion, definitely no, and there are numerous reasons why. So, first of all, living in a larger house, of course, means that you have more space to put more things, have more items, larger bed, things like that. But bigger means that you also have to put more time in cleaning and sanitizing, and that can be a real nuisance if you are a busy person. Not to mention that sometimes larger space can be home to certain insects, certain uninvited guests like the cockroaches, the flies, and the mosquitoes. And the last thing that I can think of is that it costs a lot more to not just buy uh, a space, the place, but also to equip furnitures to fit inside. And most people don't really have the uh, money that they need to invest in those things. So, how easy it is to find a place to live in your country?
For my country, which is, well, Vietnam right now, I guess Well, I don't know. I haven't really got an answer to this question actually, because well, have zero knowledge about buying houses or affording a place to live. I know that my brother runs like to trying to rent a house, and then he tried to rent his house. He tried to get people to rent his house for like 3 to 4 years or whatever. But I think it's it's like somewhere in the middle between easy and hard, because well, the hard part is that there are already a lot of houses right now, so the places to build more is well really close to zero actually. But the other side is that well, there are a lot of houses out that they are trying to sell, and then there are a lot of houses that are trying to get to rent. And I believe that I don't got a question for this question. I don't got an answer for this question yet. And next is, do you think it's better to rent or to buy a place to live in?
I think to decide whether to rent or to buy a place, it is very situational, and it really depends on your financial status, your relationships, something like that. So let's say you are a normal person, like a university, a college student, or somebody who uh, just get to work. I think that rent a place is a much better choice because uh, yes, you may have to pay certain things monthly, but uh, with the addition, I would say, kind of power that you can change the place you live whenever you want. So if let's say this flat doesn't suit you, it is too big. The uh, furniture, the uh, temperature system doesn't work, and the owner is a fixed type person, and you can leave the place and find somewhere cheaper, more cost effective, and have somebody more wholesome to rent from. But if you have families, you have children who are going to school, I think most person will prefer to buy a house so they can be sustainable. They can, uh, you know, have uh, a place to uh, live in, and I mean that when you actually buy the place, you have more freedom. You don't feel like you are being tied to a contract. So maybe put poster, let your children draw on the wall will not be as dangerous as renting a house. So I don't really can give an correct answer to this because it is depends on the person who want to live. Do you agree that there is a right age for young adults to start living with their parents? Why is that?
Um, prob- Probably not actually, because well, when you don't have a certain age to stop living with your parents, you can just go whenever you want to. Just make sure that you are well over 16 or 18, because well you can go whenever you want. You have different plans for your life, so having a right age would stop that plan, right? For example, your plan would be living with your parents till you're like 23, 24, and then when when you're around 18 to 24, you are gonna work hard, and then you're gonna save the money. Instead of renting or buying a house, you're just gonna live with your parents for like quite a while, and then later on you are gonna well use that saved money to buy a house or just simply renting some place to live in. And if there is a right age, that plan would be quite ruined, wouldn't it? Because well, you, for example, if the right age is 18 or 20, that time is just ruined because well, the time from 18 to 20 or whatever, the time you gotta make money, the time you make money it decreased, and that makes well, your plan is ruined. But people have different plans. It doesn't mean that you have to well start living with your parents at the age of 24 or whatever. People still live with their parents when they are 30, and that's literally very fine. So I believe that I disagree about having a right age for young adults to stop living with their parents. That's all.